Good morning and welcome to the New Orleans TV Internetwork System. Live programming will begin in 10 minutes at the 8 o'clock hour on Central Standard Time, 6 in the Pacific Coast and 9 on the Eastern Coast. The New Orleans Television Internet Work System is proud to bring you live broadcasting throughout its programming. Welcome to the New Orleans TV Internetwork System. Live programming will start in 8 minutes at the 8 o'clock hour on Central Time. For those newcomers, the New Orleans Television Internetwork System has a current portfolio of 13 programs, all hour-long live shows, being with guests as we speak, and the weekly calendar published on Sundays on Facebook and Instagram. The New Orleans Television Internetwork System produces live broadcasts simultaneously on the Facebook under Bob Bockelman, Boeckelman, and also under YouTube channel R space REVUE. Please, if you haven't already subscribed to that channel, it is free. That way you would get notifications of any show we do should you care to watch it live. The Facebook gives you notification approximately 5 minutes before we do any show. The YouTube approximately a half an hour. However, by paying attention to the weekly calendar, you'll see which show that is scheduled for you to enjoy, so you can have an additional check. The New Orleans TV Internetwork System produces live programming. We have sufficient available space for guests in all of our 13 categories. Also, co host on certain shows that are upcoming, as well as opportunities for you to be either a co host on a permanent or weekly basis or monthly basis, and or a solo host for you to get your broadcasting career started if you haven't delved into that or are only doing stuff individually, amateurishly, or randomly. You can then create a concept, present it to us, send those concepts, guest recommendations, host recommendations to Bob, B-O-B, the @ sign, the letter R again, the letter E, the letter V, the letter E, .net, net.com. Bob at rreview.net for any questions, information, referrals, etc. Again, since we're on both Facebook and YouTube, whichever platform you're watching us, you are able to make comments, public comments, that can be seen, in which some of these we'll actually highlight and put on the screen, whether it's a question for myself, by guest, especially today's opportunity. This way you can get an answer or get further details. Remember, so just put your comment in the chat system. We're all live now, so we'll be bringing our guest up after we do our station logo. You all watching the New Orleans TV Internetwork system. Programming will start in 4 minutes at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You are watching the New Orleans TV Internetwork system. Broadcasting will begin live at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. As we mentioned, we broadcast simultaneously on both YouTube and Facebook. YouTube under the channel R space RE. Subscribe while you're there. And Facebook under my name, Bob Bockelman, the spelling you'll see on the screen. Yeah, Marcy, are you live? Are you on? Could we? Okay, okay, good, because we're on live and I'm only got a minute to go live. All right, bye-bye. Good morning and welcome to the New Orleans TV Internetwork system. We will be live in 1 minute at 8 a.m. Hopefully I didn't say p.m. earlier, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today, we are pleased to continue our series, but at a different and earlier time. We have been doing for the last 4 Fridays what we're calling Marcies Picking Sale, which is a live sale, not an auction, where Marcy will show us several items during the hour and describe such. Marcy, by the way, is Marcia Rogers, and she inherited a windfall with regard to the advantage of liquidating a warehouse that had contained antiques from Europe and other nations for over 40 years. So she asked that we move to the earlier time, 8 o'clock instead of 2, so we won't be disturbed and she won't be disturbed trying to sell to the customers. So this way it'll be quiet like we did last week when she was closed. We should have full clarity of the situation. Stay tuned. We are ready to begin momentarily. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. This is the Rarity Review live program coming to you from New Orleans as well as our North Shore location, BOGALUS, Louisiana. We will be introducing momentarily our guest host who will guide us through several items this morning for your consideration. Stay tuned. We do want to show you some of the talked about some of the information. If you follow Facebook, etc., you will see this advertisement. Now, notice it says Jim and Wilda Ray's antique picking sale. It is. We've labeled it Marcies because Jim and Wilda. One is Jim is deceased. Wilda is way up in age, and Marcy, as I said, has the opportunity to liquidate this on their behalf. So Marcia is kind enough to come to us live. In addition to her sale, the sales run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of each weekend through February, and hopefully extending through March from the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And she'll give you, you can see the address, 421 Martin Luther King Drive, Bogalusa 70427. Now, what we want to also show you is it's interesting because we've been talking about the warehouse that contains all these valuable uh, items. And notice here, the building is quite old. I forgot it. She gave us maybe a date in one of the earlier episodes, but you can see the vines, everything is now it's been enclosed, but they're liquidating one because the building will not last another 100 years or 40 years. They're also trying to liquidate all this information. Notice that's what the building looks like from one side, and I think we have one more picture. Let's see that. There it is from another side. So again, this is not a beautiful building. I mean, it might be if it ever were restored because of its age, but she's got these very visible signs up there. So if you're driving on Martin Luther King and you're unfamiliar with the Bogalusa area, this will give you indication of where to go. Remember, don't come in your finest attire because it is a warehouse. So wear not your best shoes, and additional flashlight would help because lighting is limited. The warehouse is divided into 4 rooms, and you can go in any room. And the name for picking is you pick up the item and say, Marcia, well, how much is this? Or what are you asking for this? So Marcy will going to be nice enough to describe each item and also tell us what the asking price is. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and bring up. Good morning, Marcia Rogers, or I call her Marcy. Hi, how are you?
Good morning. How are you, Bob?
Fine. Well, we're cold. We changed. We had beautiful. We're having beautiful weather until last night, or really the rain all day yesterday. Started dropping, and it's going to continue to drop to almost freezing. So we've been on a roller coaster. Before it gets its last bit of cold for us, we've got to have this up and down. 80 degrees one day, 40 degrees the next day. So I imagine Bogalusa is a little colder than us. Is that right?
That's right. We're a little further north. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good. Well, we appreciate you suggesting. In fact, Marcia's the one suggested we move earlier. One, it gives her more time, obviously, because she has to be available to the customers when they come in. And at the same time, it eliminates background noise and disturbance because we don't want to interfere in her sale by any means. That's our primary purpose. But we're pleased that she's continuing the series, and I think she's go ahead for maybe even March. So we'll continue to follow her as long as she allows us to do that, and that way you folks can get a chance to see these items that she described. Again, one last time, I said at the beginning, but if you weren't listening or you weren't on, if you're on Facebook or YouTube watching, you can make a public comment or chat concerning any item, and she will give you more details or answer any questions as well as I. So feel free to use the chat room or the comment section of your platform. All right, Margie. Margie, tell us any other greetings you want to say besides the cold temperature.
Yeah, come on out this pretty weekend. I know it's Mardi Gras, but we've got a big parade on the North Shore here in Bogalusa tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
So, yeah.
When I didn't know yet. When is that parade? What did you
It's
say?
Mecca, MCCA, Mecca. It's in it. This makes the 40th year that it's rolled.
Wow. And what day and
And it's
time?
tomorrow, Saturday at 1 o'clock. Always, right before
Now,
Fat Tuesday.
now, is it similar to New Orleans with regard to actually having floats, or is it more marching
Yes.
in band?
Yeah, it's floats and
And the big,
marching groups and floats, and it's supposedly the largest Mardi Gras parade on the North Shore.
congrats. And do they throw things to people? Because people love those freebies.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a regular Mardi Gras parade.
Well,
Yep.
folks, there you go. If you don't want, if you're on the other side of the Lake Pontchartrain at 24 miles, if you want to see something, whether you live in BOGALUS or not, they're all close over there. A quick drive there, I'm sure, it'd be a lot easier than coming into New Orleans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Mecca is the name of the group. Is that right?
Right. You need to get started early, getting here and finding you a parking place. And
Is
People have been roping off their spaces all over town.
it happens all over now?
Yeah, and parking their campers and trailers and RVs, getting ready to party
And
tonight.
is the route fairly long, or is it a very
It is. It's
good?
very long. It winds all the way through town, all the way through
Good.
town.
Well, that way people have more. It's spread out. More people can attend and see it without being jam packed. Great, great,
Right.
great. Okay. Well, enough about that. Besides getting our tourist commission plug.
Put a plug in for Bogalusa. Yeah.
There you go, Bugaloosa. Okay, let's go ahead and do the most important. Is there anything else about the auction you want to tell? You want to repeat the address now and again at the end, even though we showed it in the
Right.
end? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's on 421
Mhm.
Martin Luther King Drive, Bogalusa, Louisiana, 70427.
And
And
the
it's
hours and what days?
10 to 4, Friday through Sunday. And every weekend until the last weekend we're doing it is the third weekend in March. We stop.
Okay.
Then the
Okay.
Slidell Street Fair is the next weekend. I'm involved in my shop down there, so I can't have it the last weekend in
Well,
March.
we in Apologies will also not be able to bring you next week, even if you were doing it, because we're going to be out of town after Mardi Gras. So next week will be
I hear you.
probably the only week that we skip, but then we'll return for at least 2 more weeks.
Okay.
It sounds like a March. Is that right?
Right.
Excellent, excellent, folks. So
Then
you'll have a. Go
if you
ahead.
need some more information, feel free to call me at 985-750-4106.
All right, there you go. She gives out a personal number. How you like
Yeah.
that, folks? But
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Well, we're ready to turn that camera around and take a look at something else.
Ready
Let's
to
go.
flip it. Okay,
Go
here we
ahead,
go.
dear. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to show you some very old vintage jewelry from this estate. Just a beautiful emerald green and peridot green bracelet. And let me hold it in my hand. You can see it better. Let me get out of this view of this other stuff. You can see how it sparkles. It's got a good clasp on it. And I've only asked $98 for it. Very pretty. Emerald green and peridot. Well, mostly emerald. And this peridot's mixed in. And then I have a Weiss crystal bracelet. Let me get it right here. This is by Weiss, a very collectible jeweler. Nice clasp with the pretty rhinestones. On this one, I'm asking 128. And then I have a third one. I have the blue rhinestones, the topaz, blue topaz, and she's a pretty little piece. Need to get my nails done. She's got a nice sturdy clasp on her also. And this one I'm only asking 98 for. But I don't know if you've ever heard of red wing pottery, but I have a piece of red wing pottery. This bowl is it's orange on one side and it's tan on the other. And it's Red Wing USA. And this is anyway, it's an old piece of pottery. Just saying USA means it was made before World War II. So you got an aged piece there. And let me move around a little bit. I've got a piece. It's right at 100 years old. It's Jeanette glass Art Deco fan vase. It's slick in the middle. Let me hold it up. It's small. It's probably 6 inches across. The fan, maybe 7. Hand painted by the Jeanette Glass Company. It's got the tag on the bottom, original tag. I think it was made in 1926. What appears to be. But it's odd. It's different. I've never seen one like it. And then I have one of these little cobalt blue ashtray made like a top hat. You see them ever so often around. And you can see how small it is in the palm of my hand. And I'm only asking $12 for it. Then I'm going to show you back in the Depression days when they had illegal casinos in New Orleans. This is some of the cards they use. They've been kept in good condition. It says Las Vegas, the Sands, but these were stamped and used in New Orleans. Because I got them from Mr. Anthony Sneller. They call him Pop Slots in Metairie. He restores antique slot machines, and he told me that's where these had come from. Just some New Orleans history. And here's an old compounding bowl with the I can't call the name. Pedestal to go with it. Pestle to go with it. And it's about 6 inches round. Look at the beautiful pattern, like flow blue kind of. Really looks like flow blue. Let me get a better shot of it. We'll turn it around. My light's not good this morning. I've got lighting issues in this old building. The weather's been striking lightning everywhere. And here's the bottom of it. And it says Ironstone. And there's a crest of one of the company that made it. Very heavy piece, mortar and pestle. Then I got a couple little ivory pieces I want to show you. Little walruses. They're small. See what this says. It's Native American. And the smaller little walrus. I'm asking 70 for the small one and 97 for the big one. You can't find ivory very often. You can't even sell it on eBay. Then I have an alabaster frog. He's a cute little fella.
Here I am now while we wait for her to come back on. Uh, I thought we had this problem resolved last time we had I mean, not last time, but situation before that. Let's see if we can bring her up again. She's trying. Okay, you back? Do you hear me?
I'm back. I got it back. Yeah.
Do you
Now I
hear
can
me?
hear you. I
Oh,
hear you
good.
fine.
Yeah, well, you haven't been hearing my audio, so I haven't talked, and then we lost you. But right now we sound good. So let's pick it up. I noticed that you did not mention the price on the mortar and pestle. Can you restate that if I didn't hear it correctly?
Let me look at it. I've got
Okay.
150 on it, but I can dicker on it. And
Okay.
it's the name of it is Victoria Ironstone.
Oh, Victoria Ironstone. Very good.
Victoria
Very good.
Ironstone. It's very
Now
old
you
mortar and pestle.
okay? Now you were starting on the frog. I think it was that frog, the alabaster or whatever.
Right.
All right.
A little alabaster frog right in front of me.
Let's pick that up, please. Go ahead. Go over that again.
He's a small little fella. See him in the palm of my hand.
Oh yeah, cute, cute.
Cute, hand carved, and I'm only asking $8 on him. He's white
Wow.
jade.
That's what I say. That looks like white jade, so it is
It is
white
white
jade.
jade. Yes.
Beautiful. Very. I love white jade. That is so pretty.
Very pretty. Then
Only eight.
I've got this little silly
What is that?
little silly monkey to sit on your desk and hold business cards.
Well, wait. Let me see. Now I have a monkey collection of things, and I have a room dedicated to monkeys. So not live. So what is that made out of?
Well, it's wooden, and then the little fuzzy hair feels like feathers.
Oh, they got some hair on it. Okay.
It's
How
got
tall?
hair,
How tall do you think it is? About.
5 inches.
Okay. And it also has places to put like a letters, like mail. Is that right?
Right,
There you
right.
go.
He's
Perfect.
got little arms and little feet, little
Oh,
wooden.
cute
He's
little
cute.
monkey. Cute little monkey. Maybe I'll get it for my birthday coming up in April
Yeah,
before you close.
he's real cheap. I've only asked him 20 for him. He's
All
real
right.
cheap.
And it's made out of wood predominantly? Wood and
Made out
metal?
of wood. Made out of wood.
Okay.
And then the little brass looking rings.
Well, of course,
Pretty
yeah.
tight.
But wood and some kind of texture for the hair and the arms. Is there some kind of
The hair, the arms, and the legs.
Yes. Okay, great.
He's a cutie pie.
Very good. Cutie pie.
I collect monkey stuff too. You ought to see my monkey banks.
What a coincidence. Well, we have to compare notes at one point when we off
I
this
like
show.
to collect them. And here
Yes.
I got a pair of cute little elves. They're dated 1986. There's 2 of them sitting there. They're about 3 inches high is all. My light's not good in here today.
Yeah. Now these are what again? Chipmunks?
Little elves, see them?
Oh, elves. I'm sorry. I apologize. My eyes are bad, but what I'm looking like. Oh, those are cute. And what are they?
They're only about 3 inches high.
And what are they? Ceramic? Porcelain? Not porcelain.
They feel like porcelain.
Okay. And what are you
They got
asking?
that feel.
And what are you asking for those?
20 for the pair.
For the pair. How old do you think those are? Are those relatively new or what?
Well, they're dated.
Oh.
They were purchased in 1986, but that's not necessarily the year that they were made.
Yeah, well, right there though. Look how many years that is. That's already 34 years just since purchase date.
Just
So, yeah, fantastic.
Let me move these over.
And that's 20 set for both. Is that right?
For both.
Okay.
For both.
Excellent.
I want to show you a turquoise and coral scorpion.
Oh my goodness.
It's a brooch.
Oh, look at that. What do you think what's the metal on that? Do you have any idea? The pewter or
it's sterling silver.
Sterling. So what are the 2 stones? Turquoise. What's the yellow type stone?
I think the yellow is coral, and you've got 1, 2, 3 stones on 5 stones on the tail. If you look close.
Now I see them. Yeah, I didn't see them at first. The other angle. This is much prettier. Oh my God! Until you turn over the back, that'll be pretty. But let's just what's over the back. Look at.
I got this string tangled up in it.
Yeah, and you also off camera. All right. Oh, okay. Now you say that's a brooch. It has the little what do you call it? Where you lift it up in a pin so you can secure it to your scarf or you. Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool. For those who like, I think it's very attractive for a scorpion. I think I'm not a fan of scorpions, but that one is really nice. What do you?
I say it's less than 2 inches long.
Okay. And what do you think? What do you think you can ask for it?
I got 150 on him, but I can dicker on it.
But it is sterling.
It is sterling silver, yes.
Well, remember that, folks. And any idea No.
Only buy white gold or sterling and gold
Oh, well,
items.
good. You hadn't told us that before, so that's great to know. So we know from
Mhm.
now on to keep asking you if it's sterling. If it's not sterling, if it's another metal, just tell us, so I won't have to keep bothering you with that. Okay?
It's all right. Then
All right.
I got a little gold plated watch fob chain, just a cute
Oh, look.
little mesh watch fob. I've got several of these and sterling silver full length.
Now
And
explain how that works. To me, it looks like a bracelet of a watch, as opposed to what do you? How
well,
does that work?
you, this goes on your, I guess, your belt, and then your watch hangs off of the chain.
Oh, okay. So the mesh part actually clips is like a clip to your belt.
You can run your belt through it,
Got it. Got it. And then
hang it from your waist.
it has a chain to connect to the watch. It's to the watch itself. Very good.
Right.
Now, how about the metal on this? Is this any kind of real or is it just gold filled?
It's gold filled. Yeah.
Okay. So what are we asking on this?
Just $22.
All right.
It's a
Can't beat
cute
that.
little piece. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Especially when you guys are dressing up. You know, there's nothing better to me when you have a suit or a three-piece suit or a tux to have that sticking out that little vest. You know, that have that little pocket where you put it in. I think that would be really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool. All right, what we got next? Oh, this looks like
Oh,
baby teething.
baby teething rings. These are old chatelaine pieces.
Now, what does that mean? Oh, chatelaines. Okay.
Chatelaine pieces. It was back in the day when you were wealthy enough or had means to have a cook or a nanny or
Right.
they wore a silver belt around their waist, and their items of their trade hung off of that belt. And here's a little
Clock.
now here's a little
Oh.
chatelaine knife. It's
Oh, it's
also a it's also got a hook on it to do your shoelaces.
you're
And
kidding.
now,
Wow.
and then this is a baby rattle right here. Like I say
With a
again,
little clock. Now, what are
sterling
the
silver. You just
as well?
it was
Okay.
a teething ring for a rich
Yeah,
kid.
that's a teething. Now, what do we, let's go. What? Wait. Before you go too far, what's the price? You didn't. What's the price on the knife?
The knife I have 135
And that's sterling, right?
sterling, yes sir. And then the
The,
baby rattle 85 on the baby rattle.
the teething ring. Okay,
Right,
85. Now,
right.
what's
This
this other one?
this is a teething ring with a whistle for the nanny to blow the whistle to, and here's how it hooked to her belt. This loop right here.
Can you turn
And
that?
this is mother of pearl.
I was about to say that looks like because of the shine. Does the back look the same as the front, or is it finished differently?
And you could put an initial right there at the top.
But what I'm saying, flip it over. Does it look the same on
Flip
the
it
back?
over. There's detail on the front. More
Ah,
detail.
look at that. Can you? Is that too fine for you to make out? Or are you able to see?
Anyway, I'm asking what I have on that. Let me find my little ticket. 125 on that.
So that's mother of pearl and sterling. You think silver? What is the
Mother of
metal?
pearl and sterling.
Okay,
Sterling silver.
and 125. You said.
125, yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, very nice. Those are great little souvenir items. I think for people
Right.
who collect, well, and fashionable. There's no reason why you can't wear them. That's fantastic. That last
Now,
one.
I'm gonna go back in time here.
All right. Oh, that looks great.
You remember those?
Yes, kind
They hung
of.
they hung off your keychain, a horseshoe with a penny in it.
Right. I just say, well, this wasn't a necklace. This was something off of like a keys or something like that.
Right. It's just
So it's like like a horseshoe shape, right? With the
and
miniature penny.
it's got Katie Cadey clipper on it.
Oh.
Electro Tool Corporation.
Oh, okay. And what's is that what is the sun? Is that brass? And what is the imprint? Can you see what?
That's a penny.
Is it the actual penny? It looks so small.
That's a penny.
I got it. And what year? Can you read
the size of a little bit bigger than a 50-cent piece?
And can you see the age of the penny? Can you see the year on that or no? It's too small.
Let me get my magnifying glass here.
I understand. I always keep mine all the time.
Kind of see it.
That's a cute. I mean, that's rare.
You're looking
like
at
I say,
1946.
penny alone is right after the war. And then what do you think the surrounding metal is?
Some kind of aluminum.
Aluminum. Okay. And what are we asking for that?
just $12.
Oh, okay, that's a
It's
bar.
a wheat. Oh,
That's
by the way, it's a wheat penny. You remember the wheat pennies?
yes, yes.
Wheat.
So that's of interest, right? I think that's Father's Day is a couple months off, but I think that would be such a gift for a father, to put his keys on it. It's very, to me, it's more masculine than feminine. But that's
Right.
just me saying that. I mean, anybody can use it today, but very unique because it's not something that you see with any, the other pieces you see, reproductions or stuff like that. But this
Mhm.
I've never seen really at a store or any kind of sale. So this to me is fairly unique for such an inexpensive item.
Right. Now, do
All
you
right.
remember? You remember these little tags you got to hang on your keys way back in the day?
Oh yeah, it's like a license plate. That's what it's license plate, is it not?
It had your license number on it. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little metal frame, and of course it has the hole to go. Yeah, but now those went out. I think they went as far as like the 50s, maybe. I'm not sure if
Well,
they were in the 60s. I don't think I have seen them
this one
since then.
this one says 68 and
Okay,
69.
okay, so it must have went through the 60s.
And
And
remember, it was something to benefit disabled veterans.
yes, I was just say I couldn't remember. I thought it was some type of fundraiser for a charity. I didn't know what. So it's a disabled veterans. Does it have any kind of dating or anything like that on it?
Just on the
Just
front where it has 68, I'm gonna turn it
six.
over again.
Yeah. Okay.
68 on the left and over on the right side, tiny writing is 69.
And I think I see it says Louisiana, so it is actually a
Right,
Louisiana plate, huh?
right.
And what are we asking on this cute little souvenir?
Just $5.
All right, there you go. That again, a nice one for the guy because I think someone who's interested in fashion, especially retro stuff, that would be really cool. Really cool.
You don't see it every day.
No, no, I mean it was very common in those days because obviously the charity was trying to generate money, so they produced I'm sure thousands. So it's not going to be a unique item other than very few people kept them after a few years. So that's what's going. All right, now we're going back to the coins. I know you've got a huge
So this
selection of
this is
coins.
a Jewish token from 1968 in its original case.
Wow.
I can't read the 75th anniversary is on in 1895 to 1950, 1966.
And does it say like the name of the society or anything?
I can't read it,
But
but
it's
it does
definitely
it's I guess it's in another writing, another
but it's
language.
definitely Jewish.
Yes, sir. It says that on the. I do read
What
the word Jewish on the back.
okay, and what is the material? Is it bronze or is it brass or what type of
Let me
metal?
let me open this and see.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be good because the plastic kind of hides it. Move your camera needs to
I'm,
go a
I'm
little.
trying. I'm
There we go.
trying to
I
make it.
know.
I'm trying to make
Whoop.
it clink.
Oh, there you go. Okay. It's got a torch like 75. What's on the flip side?
Make sure I got it up right.
Okay, you need let's see. Here we go. Whoop
Here we
whoop,
go.
we're juggling. All right, that's got a lot of things going on. Oh, there we go. Can't make out all that stuff, but does that look like a carnival float on the left? Does that look like Rex? No, it can't be. It looks like the cathedral in the middle of the street. That can't, or Hindenburg or something. Anyway, for any of the collectors of Jewish memorabilia, but again, can you figure out the metal? How heavy is it? Light or
That's pretty heavy.
pretty heavy? Okay, but it's
I don't.
probably
It could be some bronze in there, or this
yeah,
could be a silver coin. I need to
but
polish on it.
it's probably a mixed metal. I don't think it would be
I'm
sterling.
gonna polish on it in a little while. Get some
Okay,
polishing on it.
what is he asking on that?
Just $20.
Okay, how does it compare to? Is it like a 50-cent piece or bigger than that? It looks bigger.
Looks like a dollar coin. About the
Dollar
size of
coin.
a dollar
Okay,
coin. Yeah.
good, good. All right, excellent. All right, what's next?
I
Got
got
some.
some old. I got some old man's pocket knives,
Oh, cool. That has been getting collectible the last few years
and
because
then
people. Go ahead. Let's
two.
go with each one. You have time for each one? Yeah, because we got plenty.
This one has a corkscrew and a knife blade.
Well, let's see. And what's the covering?
I guess you can hang it from your keychain.
From your keychain? Cool. What is that outside covering? Is it plastic? Well, no, it looks like wood simulate, but I don't know if it's
It's some kind of hard plastic.
yeah, but made to look like wood. It's very
Right.
nice.
And I'm only asking $10 for this one.
Excellent.
That's a good price.
Yeah, because it's double function. You
Now
got the
I've got this bottle opener corkscrew that says Uptown Square Winery. Was
Uptown
there
Square. What?
winery. Was there a winery in New Orleans, Uptown
Well,
Square?
well, Uptown Square was a major development. I'm trying to think. It's been back. It's on the corner of the river, Mississippi River, and Broadway. It became a shopping center. It was an old years ago. It was a molasses factory when I was growing up. When San Francisco did its first renovation, I can't think where the chocolate factory, Deli Square, I think that's what it's called. Well, New Orleans kind of emulated that. They made a small boutique shopping center based where this molasses factory was, and they had restaurants and shops. And I know they had wine shops. I don't remember, and that would have been in the 80s. It only lasted. Now the place has been totally taken over now, and it's all used for, in fact, nursing homes and health related stuff. So there's no more retail at all. But it's a beautiful location because these are high rise residential units, and they got a magnificent view of uptown on and the Mississippi River. So that what I would say was probably from 1980s. That's what I would guess, if it's the true Uptown Square that I'm relating to in New Orleans. And that's a corkscrew. Is that correct?
Correct, and a bottle opener on this
And
end.
oh, the bottle of it too. And what's the material on the main part of the handle? I can't see that. The brownish kind of looking. What is that?
And it also has a knife in it right here on this
Oh my
side.
goodness, it's got everything. But what is that? Is it wood
It's
or
some. No, it's a hard,
glass?
some kind of metal, and they've got
Res.
this. This
Okay,
part's copper colored, and this was stainless steel looking.
I got it. And what are we asking on this?
Just $10. That's a
$10.
good
Yeah, well,
memorabilia.
that was a triple header because you got three different functions in one. So guys love functional items, So I think that hits all bases right there. The bottle, the wine,
Uh-huh.
and the other situation. Okay, we got another one. Or something
Got
else
some
there.
other. Got some other old. I got an antique camp knife. Somebody told me it was a camping knife.
Yes,
And
camp
it's
knife.
in good
That's good.
shape. It's
Yeah.
in good shape. I'm just asking 15 for it.
All right. What kind of
Then I
metal do
got
you
this.
think?
It's kind of like a hard mold on that makes it look.
I got
Oh, let's
it.
see what it says. It's got a name on there. I can't make it out.
Okay. All right. I
But
see. Yeah.
anyway, then I've got just a regular old pocket knife. It's got a logo right there.
That's cool. I
And
like that. What is
it's a hard
that?
plastic and a hard plastic and a metal.
Yeah, that is a nice kind. That's very kind of retro, kind of art, almost Art Deco look.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to read that writing on there.
Yeah, and that's a pocket knife, you say, right?
Uh-huh.
And
I'm
that's
trying to get that logo into
yeah,
focus.
yeah. It's not
But
focusing.
anyway, then
And,
I've got another good one.
and
I think
how
it's
much is that one? You didn't say the price.
20
20, asking
$20.
20 an hour. Okay.
I think it's the oldest one I've got here. And then I've got
Yeah.
this another one that looks like this, similar to this other one. Which it's a camp knife also. It's got tools.
Can we see that one?
Yeah.
Which one are you showing? I don't
It's the
see it.
same. It's the
Okay.
same. It's the same as this one. Now that I'm looking at
Okay.
them,
Oh,
they're
okay.
identical.
They're a pair. Okay. And what was that
I
you're
didn't know.
asking on those?
I had
15?
15 each. I didn't
Each.
know I had a pair. I'm
Well,
learning
there
this
you
stuff.
go. There you go. Father and son. That's a great present. If somebody's
Hmm.
got went to get
Then
his dad.
I have a very old little tiny coral brooch.
And what is
Uh,
it? What is it?
that's
I mean, what shape? I can't.
it's coral. It's tiny. It's only about an inch long,
And
and
what is the?
it's got rose gold,
I
and
see that.
and the lady is made out of coral.
Oh, it's a lady.
It's a cameo.
Oh, it's a cameo. Oh, okay. How
This
nice.
tag.
Yeah.
This
Can you?
tag is subtracting from it. You can see the back of it.
Oh, yeah. Now you can see better that it's a cameo. Can you go back now that you're close? Can you see the front to see the lady a little? Because I
Yeah.
didn't see the lady in the beginning. You got to get it out that
Sorry
shadow.
about that old tag.
Yeah, that's.
I got her
Oh yeah,
upside.
now. Oh yeah, now
Let me
you can
turn her
see
around.
beautiful.
Had her upside down.
Yeah, there. Oh yeah, now you can see the face, the neck, really pretty. That is a beautiful little piece.
Let
What
me
are we
find.
asking on that?
Let me look at this old tag. I got 135 on it, but right now I'd take $35 for it.
35. There's a bargain. Do you think it's brass or what is the metal on it?
Um,
Got a
I think it's
goldish color, but I don't think it's gold. Do you?
I think it's rose gold.
Rose gold. Oh, okay.
Very old
Well,
piece.
that is. Oh, definitely. That's one of the nicest pieces. You not that everything's not nice, but that is really intriguing. I think
Now
that's a lunch.
now I have
But
I have a pair of Flow Blue Delft, DELFT
Right.
earrings from
Oh goodness.
From Holland. And so you see the writing.
Yes, and not only yeah, the windmills. I mean, it's so apropos. You're not windmills or no on the front.
That's windmills. Windmills.
Very nice. Those are beautiful. What do you
And you
think the
know
metal? What about
they're
the metal?
the metal. I would say the metal had to be sterling to go on something like this.
Okay,
And it's
and no idea.
definitely it's definitely DELFT Delft. The
Okay.
back, here's the back of one of them,
Oh yeah. Okay. Any idea on the age on this or no?
and they're smaller than a dime. I'm not sure. They must have got
Okay.
them when they when they worked over there, but I'm only
Right.
asking 30 for them. That's a
Oh,
good
very nice.
price. They're
Very
very
pretty.
nice.
Very pretty. Those two are
I kind of wanted them myself, but I changed my mind.
well, I'm glad you're showing. I'm glad you're showing some lady items because we've been focusing on men mainly, the dimes and stuff like that. So I'm glad we're going back and seeing some of the ladies. So this is great, especially
I'm gonna
not
show you. I'm gonna show you some really nice jewelry that she had, and
okay. Excellent,
I
excellent.
mixed some of it mine with it too.
Okay.
I've
Now,
got
people,
some.
when she says mine, she doesn't mean her personal necessarily.
No,
We didn't say in this show that Marcy has her own antique store in another nearby town called Slidell on the North Shore, and it's Marcy's Antique, which we're going to do a whole show on that because it has an interesting history. The building is haunted, etc. So that's going to be a fun deal. But that's what she's talking about, bringing some that were housed in her antique store to add to here so you can see a broader variety of this particular category. So these are rings.
these are rings.
Okay, let's go one by one.
Okay,
That's a good one.
you got a cameo shell cameo. It's got a large face. You can see.
Yes, that would be a great. Even though it's not the same as the little brooch, it would go well because it's coloring, and of course, it's the ladies facing the other direction. But I think that's lovely. You now, I guess it's hard to tell what the sizes are in these rings, huh?
No, I have them sized.
Oh, you
This
do.
one is
So,
this one is sterling. Hang on, let me find it. It's a size 8.
ladies, size 8 in sterling. You said right.
Yes,
Beautiful.
and
That is a beauty. And
you
what
can
do we
see
ask?
the light through it
Yes.
right
What do we
there.
what are we asking on that?
Let me look at this booger. I had 350, but right now I'd take half price.
175, folks, for a beautiful that you can get these size. It costs a little bit the size. If if it's too large or too small, they can any good jeweler can do that for you. But size 8 ought to be fairly common among the ladies. I don't think it's an unusual size. So
And then I
175 for that beautiful piece. And then, like I said, I would if I got that ring, I would also get the little brooch because I think it would make a beautiful set without being too batchy batchy. Really pretty, really pretty. What
then
we
I
got?
then
What we?
then the next 3 rings I'm going to show you are gold. They're white gold and yellow gold.
Wow, wow.
This little cameo with a real little diamond chip. Let me get her in focus.
Yeah, okay.
She's a raised little cameo with a diamond chip. She's white
Right.
gold.
I can see it. Very pretty. Very
Got a little filigree
filigree on around the base of
on
it,
the
huh?
setting,
Yeah, the
and
setting.
it's open so and you can see where the little wire is to hold the diamond in
To hold it
place.
down. Yes. And what size and how much?
6.5,
Okay, it's even better for a
and
little pinky ring. Like,
I have 250 on her.
okay.
Then she's white gold, and here comes a yellow gold lady
Okay, let's see.
with her own diamond.
Okay, so similar, yeah, with a diamond as well. Okay, and
And it's
size and
different shape.
amount.
The size is a 6.
Okay, so these are great little pinky rings. Also, if you're a very petite, hand, which the ladies have, so that could go on each finger, the pinky finger, the basic finger. And
And
what are we asking on that one?
I have 350 on her. She's yellow gold.
Okay, yellow gold and
She's 12 carat, and
okay. Oh,
they can dicker with me on that price.
all right, good. I was so
Here's one of my older little girls. She's white gold.
with a rectangle shape. Yeah, I like that one.
She's
As a
very tiny. I'm dropping her.
oh
She's
my goodness.
very tiny.
Uh-huh. And
And
what type metal again?
let's see.
It's got a silver color from what we're seeing.
I'm trying to find that
Yeah.
size.
Okay.
Uh, She might be a size 3.
Wow. So for
Look at that.
a young
Little
lady,
pinky. A little pinky finger.
or for a young lady, it'd be a great gift for a child, a female daughter who's growing up. It'd be
Hmm.
really.
And I have some coral.
And what's the price on that one? That last little
The
piggy?
little lady, I
Yeah,
have 350 on her.
same as the other. Okay.
350.
All
And
right.
then I have a coral sterling silver ring.
Okay, let's see that. Oh, look at all the corals. That's neat. Sterling. Okay.
Sterling.
And I hate to say that could almost be a man's ring as well.
Yeah,
It's
they
kind of
could.
a
It's a 6.5, and I'm only wanting $38. Asking
yeah.
$38 for that one.
Well, that would have
Do
to
you
be
know
a
what? Do you know what Black Hills Gold is?
yes, I do. From the what is it? Where the Indians are Dakota or something like that.
In North Dakota, I
No,
believe it's in North Dakota. This is a
right.
Black Hills Gold ring.
Oh, that is beautiful.
It's got
Look
the
at it.
gold and silver combined
Yes, and look at the carving, the innate carving. It is really cool.
with a
Re-
black onyx stone.
and any idea on size and price?
Yeah, let me flip my tag. I need to rewrite these tags.
Yeah. Folks, while she's doing that, we're watching Marcy's picking sale out of BOGALUS, Louisiana.
I think
These
it's about a size 8.
size 8. And what's the
And
price on that one?
I'm asking 98.
98. There you go. And as we said, this sale runs through the middle of March on the weekends and Fridays. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from 10 in the morning Central Time to 4 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be covering, other than next week, the end of Mardi Gras, we're going to be covering the remaining 2 weeks in March. We've been doing, this is our 4th episode. And we're going to see, like, this is our first time we moved to the morning to kind of avoid the crowds and the distractions. So if this goes well and Marcy wants to continue, with regard to the time, we'll stick with this 8 o'clock when we return 2 weeks from today. But all right, go ahead, Marcy. What we got next?
We have two rings by the same artist. One of them I had them ID'd by a real turquoise dealer. It's a Gila lizard
Oh
made
Lord.
out of ivory.
Oh my goodness.
Look at all the sterling silver. Look at the dimensions on it, and
Yeah.
then look at look how she carved it. This is ivory.
Wow. Wow.
This jeweler, this makes this it's a size. It's 925 ivory ring and size 7.5.
Okay.
Um,
That's
I'm
that's
asking 1,800 for that one. I am negotiable. And
okay.
the same artist carved this frog. Look at it. This ring.
Oh my goodness. Now, and how do you know it's the same artist again? How did you say?
It's signed on each piece is signed by the
Oh.
artist.
Oh, okay, good. Now,
And look at the 3 dimensions. How he's got this frog sitting up and all that stuff.
yeah. Now that doesn't open up. It looks like no.
Nope,
Huh?
it's
Okay,
just a
so
big heavy ring.
big.
That's
Yeah, that could be a little.
that one got ID'd as Chinese turquoise
Chinese turquoise. I've never heard of Chinese turquoise.
with a Mexican setting.
Okay.
And it's a
And what
size 8.
size?
Size
Hey.
8, and I was asking 1,800 for it also.
Okay.
But like I say, these two I can negotiate on them.
Cool.
Then I have a Navajo ring. I have not sized it yet, but let me see if it fits my big fat finger. This is about a size 10 Navajo piece.
Oh,
of jewelry.
is that turquoise?
Yes, sir.
Turquoise is always so popular. Let's see that. Oh, and it's an unusual.
It's big.
I like it because it's also an unusual shape. It's not the typical just the oval or the ellipse. It's got a little curve.
They call this pawn, PAWN turquoise.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And again, this is a Navajo piece, and
Right. How much? You didn't say the price. What you got that?
Trying to think what I should get. About 125, and that's a steal.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Then,
beautiful piece of turquoise. Beautiful piece.
Then I have this ring here, and this ring is a designer ring by a man and woman. Their last name is Halo, Haloo.
Okay.
All of their rings, if you look them up, have these tiny turquoise stones, and they're long and oblong shapes. But their last name is Haloo, and
Haloo.
hello.
H-A-L-L.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm asking.
hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Now tell me,
I'm asking 1,200 for this ring.
okay,
And the
material, what
size,
is it?
it's all sterling.
Okay, and the
If
size?
if you look close, you can see their name in there.
Yes, yes. And what's the size about?
Um, about a 7.
Okay. Let's see it one more time on the top. Is it like rows and columns of stones, or is it? I can't figure out what those
Yes,
are. The little dots.
it's 5 stones across,
All right.
and one, two, three, about 15 stones down.
And what type material you think the stones are?
It's turquoise.
All turquoise. But it's cute. Of course, it needs a clean. That's why it's different shades. But it's really a very unusual design. Very simple and pure, but very. And what was the asking on that?
1,200, and it's about an inch and a quarter long. When you're trying to
Okay.
see how big
Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
an inch
That's
and a quarter.
very, very nice. So you can look that up, folks, if you want to see who the artists are. Halloo.
HALOO.
Oh,
It's
Halloo. Yes.
it's a husband and wife,
Right.
and
Right. Really neat. Really neat. I like.
I've got an unusual turquoise piece here.
Okay. Another
Look at
turquoise. Good.
look at this with a
Oh,
heart.
well, oh, we just missed Valentine's Day. We should have had this on the earlier show. This is great. Oh, I love it. And it's got a sword piercing the heart. Is that right?
Right.
I
It
think
says
that's a low. I think I've seen. Is that a crown on top? What's on top of the heart?
it's got a red stone up there,
Okay, but it's in shape of a crown, or what is it
and
shape of? Is it?
it is, and it says strength at the top.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm almost sure I've seen this. Not that material, but I've seen that logo with the crown, the sword through the heart. You know, from years ago. It's I don't know. I'm assuming it's a British logo design, but I'm not sure. Well, you think the metal is sterling?
It's all sterling silver, yes, sir.
That is a beauty. I mean, I've never seen a heart shape like that, and then they have the sword and the crown on top. And yet, what I have the stone that's you say on top in the crown. It's a darker color. What can you
That
make
could
out
be
a color?
that could be a garnet. You can
Oh, there
see
you
through
go.
it.
The
Look
light,
at it.
yeah, the
You can
light
see
just
through
came.
it.
Yeah, now you can see it better. Before it just looked dark. I couldn't see the color. Turning it to the side, the light certainly went through it. That is lovely. What are we asking on that?
350.
350. Okay. All
And
right, folks.
just a bit. It
We
says on the bottom, if you look, it says delicate. That's what's at the bottom.
it says
Delicate.
delicate. Okay.
Sweet.
That's
It's a sweet piece. And
very pretty.
I'm gonna look right here. I'm gonna show you something odd. It's from Paris, France. The writing's all.
Paris, France.
It's all.
Wow.
We think this is World War I. It is an art. If you look at it, it's a leather box,
Right.
and it's all in French. Artillery something or other. I'm not French.
All right. So
And
it's something from a military man. And
we
MG
think
is
we think it might have been World War I. And on the top it says Paris. If you see it,
yes,
HUET
yes. And then
Paris.
the MG is probably the initials of the owner.
I don't know.
Monogram, probably monogram. Now let's see the sides. Let's see.
It's about this. Let me move these rings. It's about catch my stool. This box is about 10 inches high.
Okay.
It's out of leather. Here's the strap where heavy, hard leather, and it's got a liner. But let me turn it around and get out of that glare of that light. It held bullets. This is how you open it. Right here, you pull that down. Let me turn it around. You can see how it's made.
Oh yeah. So the leather strap on the back is that
Look
connected
at those.
to a hinge?
Look at those brass rivets to hold
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
it's been sewn.
Right.
And
Can
I'm
we?
gonna turn it around again, and
Are you able to open it or no?
yeah, I'm gonna open it. Let me pull this down. Okay, sorry about that. I pull this part down, and you open the lid,
Oh, look how
and
pretty. And
there's
what's it?
more French writing.
All right. What is that thing sticking out? I want that in the center
That
right there.
that
That
was
wood?
it's padded. It was padded. Some kind of ordnance was in this box.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
There's something
Is
to
this?
hold something in place. It's got see the hole down at the bottom. How it's
Yeah, I
made.
see yeah, there's a deeper well at the bottom, huh?
It was so, but this was built. Look at these straps at the top. They were put there to hold something too. In the
Yeah.
top in the top of the lid.
Very. For someone who collects military stuff, this would be fantastic. You know, a lot of guys.
Hard. It's, and I say it's all leather, and then the metal.
Yes,
It's
attachments.
got a little canvas right there. But this
Right.
piece is rare. Um, very rare old military items, like say from Paris.
And what are you asking for that?
About 250.
Okay. I
It's
think
very,
that,
very.
yeah.
Somebody would really like to have
Well,
this.
sure. Especially, like I say, a lot of men collect military styled or artifacts, especially from previous wars or decades or countries. So even though this, I know you said it's Parisian, it looks very like it could be American as well. The styling, I'm guessing they don't put a lot of styling in these things. It's more the functionality and the durability. That's why it's that hard leather. But it's really, that's a great little pack. I mean, that is, and it's not that little. You said you think it's about 10 inches high, you say?
About 10 inches high and about 5 across.
Five, yeah,
It
okay.
doesn't have square corners. It's not squared. It
It's
just kind of
curved.
it's
Yeah.
curved, all one piece of leather.
Yeah, that's what makes it really pretty, being so curved as opposed to being the straight and narrow edges. Really neat. Yeah.
But
And one
with
more
it
time,
say,
what was the,
with it saying artillery, and the other word I'd have to Google.
let's see if can you spell it for me? I'll see if I speak a little French and Spanish. What is, I'm trying to, is that an
K-I.
Miclienes? Michelines? Am I, that fourth, anyway.
Miscellanes or something or other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't recognize that name, but it does. Yeah, it's definitely some military or some kind of uh, and like I say, military situations. Definitely artillery. So it might be. I doubt if it's gunpowder or any kind of
No.
shells, because yeah, it's something. Especially having that whole center hole in the center, it's got to be something that went into that, and
Yeah,
held it.
they didn't want it to get damaged for sure.
Exactly. Okay. All right. We have 7 minutes left. Do we have anything more? If not, then we're gonna
Oh
tell the people.
yeah. I got plenty left.
Well, let's.
I've got a pair of Gone with the Wind lamps.
Oh, those are
Miss
very popular. Go ahead.
Miss Ray had these in her living room. I don't have
Oh,
that
very.
one.
Now that one's all white on the top and the bottom. But the other
White
one
on
is
top
what?
and the bottom. It's got roses on it.
The-
I've got to turn them. I moved it this
right.
morning. It has pretty
But
roses on the globe.
oh yeah, very pretty. Very pretty. Oh, it's got a. Is that painted or is that decal? The
It's
actual.
hand painted. Hand painted.
Okay. And what's the color on the second one? Is it cream at the bottom and orange at the top, or what is that?
We just had put an orange bulb in it, so
Oh, oh, okay. Okay. So it's
solid
the
white.
same
It's
color top
solid
and
white.
bottom. Yeah.
They need the hurricane glass to be coming out of them. Which
Sure.
when I'm moving
Sure.
them around, I don't take that in there. But these were in her living room, and I'm asking 250 each for them, or I'll make a bundle on it.
Okay. And how tall do you think they are to the top from the bottom? About how tall? Give
They're
people
about 2 foot tall or taller.
2 foot. Okay, that's what I thought.
Two
But
and a half foot.
good. I just want to make sure the audience understands how tall. Again, you can't get the proper, dimensions from just looking at this direction. So about 2 feet tall each. Yeah, about
Right.
almost the same height. Yeah, they were
Right.
pretty
They are.
standard in the height. Yes,
This one is taller with the fluted top.
because it's got the flute on top. Exactly.
The fluted
Exactly.
top. Yeah.
Very pretty. Very pretty. And they both get the rose design. And
Mhm.
folks, that's a same color as the bottom. It's just the lighting is giving it that orange cast.
Yeah, the
Uh,
frames, the two frames of the lamps are identical. The glass is different, you know.
Right. Of course. Okay, let's see. You got something else?
Yeah, let me show you an old leather purse.
Oh, that's good. Keep it with the ladies. Good.
This old leather purse with an eagle on it.
Yes. Oh, that's very patriotic. That
It
is
is.
really nice.
You flip it over. Okay.
And what's on the back?
Like
A seal
it
or something?
looks to me like a sundial.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes. And what is on the side of that sundial? On each is that I can't make out those figures. What's that right there?
Looks like a cactus to me.
Cactus. And what's on the left?
There,
And what's on the
and
left side?
here's some kind of plant that might have
Plant.
been in the water.
Agave, probably agave. The thing that makes
Yeah.
tequila.
Cactus, yeah.
But it's all leather. There's no wood frame. It looks like it's so well done. It looks like it's made out of wood. All leather. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's embossed leather, and then
Okay. How about can you open the inside? Let's see what the condition.
Uh-huh.
the end for the people want.
It's got one of those little buttons you turn to open it.
Yes,
Like,
the clasp.
hang on,
Sure.
I'm about to drop. I'm dropping stuff here. Hang on. I'm knocking stuff.
Whoa.
I'm gonna open it up and
Yeah. Let's see if we can
yeah,
see. There might be. Let's see.
be ashamed that there's. But it's got three big compartments.
Apartments. It looks very well kept. That's great.
It
That's
is.
great.
It
No
is.
idea though the age, right?
Probably from the 50s.
50s. I would
Okay.
conjecture 50s. All right. And what are we asking on that?
Let me see what it says on the bottom. Made in Mexico.
Say it definitely looks like a Mexican piece with the
It
tequila,
says
the
made in
agave.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Made in Mexico, and I can't read the other.
Okay. And what do you think the dimensions, the height and the width, or the length and the width?
Before I leave, it's got cowhide on each side of the eagle. This is real cowhide.
Beautiful. Can you tell me what do you think the dimensions are? The length, the height, and the width.
About 12 by 10.
12 by 10. Okay, good. So that gives an idea of the size.
Nice big handbag.
Is it heavy or light? It looks like it would be heavy.
It's a little heavy, but if you look at this eagle, he's got a snake in his mouth.
Oh.
You see that?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's a.
Woo-wee.
All right. Very. And what were we asking on this again?
165.
Okay, 165. Good. Now let me ask you, we're near the end of the show, but do you want to continue beyond an hour? What is your pleasure here? It's up to you.
I need to get to work on my stuff in here.
Yeah, because at 10 o'clock is your opening thing. What else?
Yes.
So one last thing, or are you finished?
I'm gonna just show you a pretty little vase.
And then whip it around back to you before we tell you goodbye. Okay, let's see that little pink vase. That's pretty. Little mud vase.
It's pink satin. It's a satin overlay.
Satin glass, yes. Uh-huh.
And it's overlay. It's in the inside. It's cream color.
Now, what kind of deck flowers are that? Blueberries? Bluebells? What is that? I can't see blue. I see blue. Blue bonnets like Texas. That's a very pretty little flower. Now, is there a crack in it? Do I see a crack though?
No, that's the line.
The seam. That's the seam.
It's two mold. It's a two mold.
Two-piece mold put together. Yes. Mm-hmm. Very. Now, is the pink on the stem a different shade than the actual ball? It looks a little different shade, or is it just the light coloring?
It's a little pinker looking.
Yeah. Okay. And what do we have?
Could be the lighting in here too.
Sure. And how tall you think this one is?
10 inches.
10. And what are we asking for it?
Just $42.
Oh, wow. Great. Okay. Why don't we flip the camera back around? Right. And so we.
All right.
All right. There we are. There we are. Well, you've been watching. We appreciate you checking in with us. You've been watching Marcies. We calling it Marcies Picking Sale on the behalf of the family. These are antiques hidden away from 40 plus years in this warehouse that needs to be liquidated because of the condition of the warehouse without any further duration of all these valuable situations. More time, give them your address, Marcy, for the because this is in BOGALUS, and that's where her Slidell store is. Tell us what the address is on Martin Luther King.
421 Martin Luther King Drive, BOGALUS 427. Yeah,
okay.
421.
Right.
And
now remember, folks.
And you drive around to the back and come in the back door.
Come in the back door. All right, no problem. No. Now, we're not going to be doing any live broadcasting next Friday, and you'll also be closed. Is that right? Because you're going to be at the Slidell Fair. Is that right?
No, that's the last weekend in March.
Oh, okay. So next weekend the sale is regular, right?
Right.
Okay. Her sale is continuing to the Ides of March. I'm using that figuratively. The 15th of March, whichever that weekend is, that'll be the last weekend that she has the sale going on. And remember, it's Friday through Sunday from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon Central Time in BOGALUS. Now, as I mentioned, we will not be able to broadcast next week because we'll be out of town, but we'll pick it up when we come back, which will be the first Wednesday, I guess, in March. So we'll look forward to that. Anything else you want to tell the folks besides to come see you?
Come on out, bring a flashlight, and wear some old rubber boots or old
shoes. Don't be going to finding after this because you won't. They might have let you in the door. You gotta be dressed for the occasion, as they say. All right, boss. Listen, it's been a pleasure as you. We really enjoyed it, and it was great today because we focused on the small items, not some of the big items. So next 2 weeks, and maybe we look at some of the big items or in another room because I know
Okay, dokie.
you're doing room by room. Have a
Yeah.
wonderful week, a great
You
sale next
too.
week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And just let me know whether you want to do the morning time or the afternoon. If you think it
All
works
right.
better, just let me
And
know, and
enjoy
then
your.
when we post it, you'll post the correct time.
Be
Okay?
sure you enjoy your Mardi Gras this weekend.
I'm going to try my best.
Okay, Bob. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye
Bye
bye,
bye.
dear. All right, folks, there you go. That was Marsha Rogers of Marcy's Antique. We're running over a little bit, just a minute or so. We hope you've enjoyed it. This is the New Orleans TV and a network system, bringing you a live broadcast of Rarity Review directly from BOGALUS, Louisiana, and Marcy doing the hosting with regard to all those items. Hopefully, you'll check her out. And she posts ads in the Facebook, which we show at the beginning of this thing of where it is and some of the details. Uh, for those who follow us, we have some more shows coming up next week. We'll be glad to post them as of Sunday. So look for that. Now, we don't have a lot because of the Mardi Gras season and being out of town, but we'll do what we can. Meanwhile, you continue to watch us and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And we also put posts on Instagram. So we'll be glad to do whatever we can to keep you informed. Don't forget, last thing, send us comments at either bob at rrevue.net or Facebook Bob Bockelman or any of those other situations. Like I say, when you're here with us on live, don't hesitate to put a chat or a comment about anything on the show or future shows, and we'll address those during the show. Okay, so for the New Orleans TV Internet Network, and I'm Bob Bockelman, the host. Well, as we say here, stay tuned soon and longer. Take care.